Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And I know it's a bit dark, but hey, figure maybe works for the mood, especially for this kind of film. And this is a paid request from Manuel. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, it could be review, re-review, topic, reaction, randomness, reacting to something, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, and I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. But this is a commentary he wanted me to do for the film Collateral. So let's get right into it. I'm trying to have the microphone here. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And just for syncing purposes, we have the DreamWorks logo. Little motherfucker fishing. Never catches shit though. D. For damn, this movie rocks. Doesn't suck. DreamWorks. SKG. Fades out. They were... Okay, now we got the Paramount. Alright. So... as you can tell by the title, this is for Collateral, starring Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, directed by Michael Mann. Michael Mann's a director that I do think is talented. Before I get to that, actually, in this opening, when I have a familiar face, Jason Statham. Now, rumor has it, and I think Louis Leterrier, who did some of the bits in Transporter films 1 and 2, he mentions that this is Frank Martin. This is the Transporter. So the director of the Transporter film says that this is Frank Martin. Just what's Frank Martin's job? Deliver stuff, transport stuff, no questions asked. So technically, if that's true, this is a prequel to the Transporter and the Transporter 2. So the beginning of Frank Martin, Jason Statham. So I thought, hey, he dresses like Frank Martin. He does what Frank Martin did before the first movie. I buy it. So yeah. So I think that's kind of cool to think of this as the prequel to. And there again, there is a written interview by Louis Leterrier who mentioned. He said, I guess that's how he believes it. And here we have Jamie Foxx, our cab driver. Now, before I go into Michael Mann, I saw this in the theater back in 2004. That was around a time where 2003, 2004, I went to the theaters quite a bit. Because where I was living at the time, it was fairly near to a movie theater. And this was a blind watch, meaning I just sometimes go to the theater and just pick out a movie. That's how in 2003 I would watch films like Kangaroo Jack and, hey, what's out this week? So, knew nothing about Collateral. Knew nothing about it. Had not seen a trailer. This is 2004, so I wasn't on the internet much, honestly. I don't even think I had my own computer at that time. I had like a family computer and would go on the internet once in a blue moon. And there was no YouTube. It's not like you just find trailers to watch at the time. I watched more movies than TV, more movies than cable. So I went to this film blind in the theater. And I was blown away. I think I picked it because, hey, I like Tom Cruise. Okay, I like Tom Cruise. I like him in Top Gun and these other movies. Let's see what this is about. And I was blown away. I think this is a great film. It's well directed by Michael Mann. I like the idea of this one night between this cab driver and what if you picked up a guy who is a fucking maniac, in this case, a deadly cold-blooded hitman, played by Tom Cruise, and the way it was directed, the way it looks, the pieces of music at times. Like when we get to The Hands of Time. I think even at the time, I'm like, hey, at the beginning, hey, I know that guy. He was in that Transporter movie. Because Jason Statham was not the Statham. He was getting into movies. He had done stuff Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Transporter. I think Transporter 2 came out either this year or 2005. Might have been 2005. I can't remember which. But yeah, I saw this for the first time in the theater blind. It was just blown away. It's I think this is one of Jamie Foxx's best roles. Here we have Jada Pinkett Smith, which we see her at the beginning, and then she'll come into play much more at the end of the film. This is a lot of setup, and it's pretty good script setting up his desire. You have the picture, the postcard, and the visor. That's where he wants to be. That's where he wants to go. That's his dream place, and how it becomes important because when Tom Cruise shatters that image, that's kind of the final turning point. Like his one goal, his one fantasy, his one image has been blindly, not blindly, but just completely shattered by this guy telling him the truth. That you don't be stuck here for the rest of your life and you never don't go anywhere and you keep wishing you're gonna go there but you're never gonna get there. And something kind of flips in Jamie Foxx and going to our finale. I think one reason I like Jamie Foxx in this is before this, I had seen him do much more. Oh, here's that song I was talking about. Great song. And I actually think the digital video look works well. But Michael Mann is known for that. I mean, I'll get back to Jamie Foxx in a minute, but well, I'll quickly with Jamie Foxx. It's because usually he would play roles that's very bigger than life, or more broad comedies like Held Up. For all who remember that, which I didn't mind Held Up, but that was a film that not many people know about. I think by this time he was in the film Bait. Yeah, because that was like around 2000. In Living Color, these broad comedic characters. And he had worked with Michael Mann on Ali, but this he'd have to be more of a bigger role, which led to him being in Miami Vice, the movie, which was a piece of shit. But I know Jamie Foxx got a lot of good notes for this one. I think after this he did that film Ray, playing Ray Charles. I believe so. Not 100% sure on the timeline. But yeah, Jamie Foxx just plays... He's still comedic, but it's more subtle. And he shows some really nice dramatic moments. There are times where he's fearful for his life, as anyone would, in terms of Tom Cruise's Hitman, who's kind of like an evil version of John Wick, in a way. And a lot of pontificating moments where this guy kind of realizes this could be the last day of his life, and you see this change in him where he becomes more assertive and more willing to take risk and less having his head in the shell like a turtle, breaking out of his shell and becoming more of a, I don't want to say become more of a man, but definitely becoming more of an individual, stand on his own 2 feet. And from what I understand, Adam Sandler was approached to do this, but I believe he was too busy with a film called Spanglish. But Michael Mann wanted him for this role. But I don't know if Michael Mann would be willing to wait until Spanglish was done. So yeah, I don't know if it was strictly for a scheduling conflict, or maybe Adam Sandler said I won't do it anyway. Which I think Jamie Foxx does a good job, but Adam Sandler would have been really, really interesting in this, based on performances I've seen from like Uncut Gems. He did a really good job in that. I think Adam Sandler would have pulled it off, because he definitely would have pulled off this kind of sheepish, easy-going role. And then with some of the other films, he could pull off the assertive, angry portions. And he did. Jamie Foxx does a good job. I don't want to take anything away from Jamie Foxx. I'm just saying, Adam Sandler, if he did do this role, which, I mean, Spanglish sucked. I mean, I've seen Spanglish. I know some people like it. That's cool. I thought it sucked. I mean, I might have reviewed it, and I was a bit soft on it, but it's not the worst movie ever. It's just, between the two, Adam Sandler should just, if he somehow knew, waited and do this film, and part of me wonders if Adam Sandler was kicking himself in the ass for not being able to do this, because I do think he would have pulled it off well. It would have been such a very interesting change of pace. And maybe that's why, too, is that Jamie Foxx, he's established himself, he could do serious acting, like in Ray. But Adam Sandler took a lot longer until Uncut Gems. And then went back to doing shit like Hubie Halloween, which is god fucking awful. So, yeah. And I would love to see the other universe where Adam Sandler was in this role. And then going to Michael Mann, to his films, I don't mind Thief with James Caan. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't love the film, but I liked it. I like James Caan. I like the score. I think Tangerine Dream did the score, I believe. The look of the film. I think I have a little bit of issue with the pacing, but I still overall like Thief. See, this is where he's detailing this card where maybe he's a bit sad in his life. He's sad he's not going anywhere in his life. And I completely forgot that he gave her the postcard. But he does think about it, and that's when Tom Cruise kind of shatters that dream that, no, you're never going to move on. You're going to sit here for the rest of your life. And kind of telling Jamie Foxx the cold truth. The harsh facts, so to speak. You didn't get the number, you slipping. What the fuck? Oh. Yes, you did. Will Smith's gonna be pissed, though. He didn't his poontang pie. Will Smith ain't gonna like that. He didn't jiggy with it. Well, I'd like to investigate a bed with you on it, but that'd be, if that's okay. Well, hey, I like chocolate. I'm not just a vanilla guy. I like the chocolate as well. Whether it be a Snickers or whether it be chocolate pudding. Well, not Bill Cosby chocolate pudding, but that's another one. But, chocolate kisses with the lips and not on your mouth. Yeah, but anyway. But yeah, Tom Cruise, very different role for him. There's not many times that you get to see him play a villain. Not only that, but the different type of hair with the more gray. Again, sort of an evil version of John Wick in a way. Which I know that'd be That'd be interesting. John Wick versus... I forgot Tom Cruise's character's name here. They'll say it in a bit. But again, cold, calculating, intense, does a really good job, has a weird, almost code to him. Very interesting character. But yeah, Michael Mann, like I don't mind Thief. I like The Keep. It's not that bad that it doesn't need a fucking Blu-ray. Like to see the one extended cut. But yeah, I like The Keep. Really like Manhunter. Manhunter is definitely one of his best ones. Yeah, I would see Manhunter, Heat, and this one would be my three favorite Michael Mann films. But after this, I mean, I'm trying to remember what he did after this. I know there's The Insider, which I didn't mind The Insider. I would say I like Al Pacino's story more than Russell Crowe's story in that, but I didn't mind The Insider. Just I wouldn't mind to be inside of her, Jada Pinkett, but then that's another story. But after this, I mean, you had Miami Vice movie, which sucked. I liked the TV show. Did like the Miami Vice TV show more so the first two or so seasons, but the movie sucked. Miami Vice movie was overlong. It was boring. It was cluttered. The two, Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx, did not have chemistry with each other. They didn't feel like a team, and it just seemed like it was no direction. As in, where the fuck is this movie going? And then Public Enemies, it's like, hey, let's do Heat, but back to the day. And I'm just Public Enemies I could not get into. And then Black Hat, that's the last film he did about 6 years ago or so. Just really lame, very boring. I thought the trailer looked interesting, but it just came off slow. Vincent, okay. Sorry, I was trying to hear the name. Vincent. There you go. John Wick versus Vincent. There you go. Although, yeah, I do think John Wick will win. Hey, Jamie Foxx beat Vincent, then John Wick can beat Vincent. But that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I like the Michael Mann in a lot of his films has a nice sense of style and a nice visual look to his films. Also, music. You tell me, music is a pretty important part in his filmography. I did whether it be using, Tangerine Dream and early films. Heat, the way Heat ends. You have that Moby uh, song, God moving over the face of the water. Perfect piece of music for Heat. Even this, like The Hands of Time, and even this little like classical piano, it works for what it needs to be. Now, of course, the plot of this film is Vincent has a couple hits he needs to do, and he's going to hire this cab driver, Jamie Foxx, to go from A to B to C, as the two guys are kind of stuck with each other. And you get the idea that at the end, Tom Cruise is just going to kill him anyway, but Jamie Foxx, pretty much probably the only character Tom Cruise has met that will call him on his shit. And that was a nice POV of the body falling and then nice crash. I'm laughing because there's a good line coming up here. Realization, yep, Tom Cruise did it. I didn't kill him, the fall killed him. It was something like that, right? The bullets in the fall killed him. Sorry, now I'm getting lost into the film. But the weird thing, I mean, again, Tom Cruise's character is definitely a weird, eccentric sort, which I guess makes sense because he's a psychopathic killer. But what I mean by that is, Tom Cruise could easily just drive a car by himself. I mean, it's not like this guy is not going to know how to drive. So it's like he could just kill Jamie Foxx anytime, just take the cab, drive himself, or walk, or steal, find a car, something. Find another cab driver. Now, apparently, one of the other people up for Jamie Foxx's role was Cuba Gooding Jr. And apparently, Cuba Gooding Jr., I guess, turned it down? I don't know if that's the actual story, but I'm sure that's one of the mistakes Cuba Gooding Jr. admits to making. Because, yeah, let's not do Collateral, but let's do Boat Trip. Yeah, that classic Boat Trip. And you're a Mark Ruffalo, well before playing the Hulk in the Avengers movies. Before David Fincher's Zodiac. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo here. As the detective who kind of starts figuring out what's going on. Right, it's not going to matter because Tom Cruise is going to kill him and it's going to be kind of pointless. I mean, if I think about it, but maybe it's supposed to be that false sense of hope that maybe this guy will get Jamie Foxx out of there, but Jamie Foxx is going to have to do it himself. No, this is Mark Ruffalo. What I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. It's Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, he's supposed to beat this guy. But yeah, the movie, I think like when I'm watching the theater, I did not know anything about the film. So then when you got the scenes like the way Tom Cruise is acting, behaving, and just how quirky this character is, and this guy's just not all the way there in his room of thinking. And just this whole idea of just the way these guys are stuck. It really also capturing the night sequences of the city. You have some really nice, just really good looking shots throughout the picture. Which way says is Michael Mann has a tendency to do that. I don't know what my favorite Michael Mann film would be. Like I said, the top three are Manhunter, Heat, and this one. I don't know which one would be my favorite. Sorry I keep being silent, but I just get pulled into the film because it's just a crazy situation. Like, if you get yourself into it, is that I think that's what I felt in the theater. Like, what would I do in Jamie Foxx's circumstances? I think that's why a concept like this works rather well, because you yourself are thinking of that circumstance. Like, what would you do if you have this guy who seems very capable with a pistol? So you have a guy that, offers to give up the car. He says no. That's kind of the first crack into Tom Cruise's psyche, where Jerry Fox goes, "What did he do to you?" And Tom Cruise is like, "What? Yeah, what did he do to you?" It's like Tom Cruise is a character that doesn't want to look that deep within himself, so he uses all this psychobabble and all this stuff he read in a book or article in a newspaper, all this other stuff. Like, Rwanda, hey, all these people die and you don't know anything about them. But Jamie Foxx is, yeah, pretty much calling him on his bullshit. Like, you don't know, not that you don't know, but you are not looking yourself in the mirror and being true to yourself. You're not calling yourself out on your bullshit. And if you're not going to do it, Tom, then I'm going to do it. I did just picking at Jamie Foxx as just like, hey, maybe this guy's pregnant. Maybe this guy has a wife who's pregnant. Maybe he's got kids. As in, hey, you want me to tell him? Now, this cop, I recognize that's in the driver's seat. Yeah, the guy who's in the driver, the cop in the driver's seat. I recognize that actor. He was in Event Horizon. He's been in a few other films too, but I remember Event Horizon. He was in that. Impound It. I thought Michael Mann does a good job of ramping up the tension of, well, what's going to happen next? Are they going to pop the trunk? Is they don't pop a cap in these two cops' asses? Something else going to happen? You know this guy's capable of killing, has the cold-blooded attitude to do it. And I apologize to Manuel about the commentary, but this is a movie that's pretty, I would say pretty straightforward. Like, it doesn't really, and I'm kind of thankful. I mean, I guess technically it does have the subplot of the cops and what they're doing as they're trailing behind these characters. In retrospect, I don't know if you need the cop subplot when it comes back to Mark Ruffalo and I forget who else. Mark Ruffalo does fine as a cop, but it's just that idea. Maybe it's supposed to be that false sense of hope that maybe they'll pull Jamie Foxx out of this situation that doesn't happen. But yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm trying to sit here going, I wonder if you really do need that subplot because this is what we're centered at, attention wise, and the weird, I don't want to say bond, but this weird conversational attitude between these two is the what makes the film work rather well. It's like Tom Cruise, like even though he could find another car, he could find another cab driver. I think even Jamie Foxx calls him out on that. Then Tom Cruise has this weird psychological thing where I don't know if I don't want to say he wants to corrupt Jamie Foxx, but it's like he maybe in his world he doesn't see a lot of morally right people, or he doesn't see a lot of people that are not in the illegal business, not in the vile business. And it's interesting because it does make you think, like with Tom Cruise, like he's doing all this to help out Jamie Foxx's character, and you're wondering like, what's this about? Why is Tom Cruise doing this? But it does make you think, and again, it does create this interesting relationship that develops throughout the night. Relationship, as if they don't get married, but yeah, I think for people who like the film like me, that's definitely not only because it's an interesting visual look, well directed by Michael Mann, the performances are solid, but it's, again, it's that weird dynamic between the two that you're just wondering, like, what is Tom Cruise's character all about? Which is major malfunction, so to speak. That easy? Well, that easy, huh? Sure, send him up. I mean, no guards, no guns, no bombs, no bazookas, nothing. Sure, send him up. It's the easy way to get killed. That's not gonna work, man. I tell you, I would not be honking my horn like that. Because people are too far away. These guys, they're just gonna fucking rob his ass. I think that's actually what does happen. And this showcases the quickness of Tom Cruise's character coming up. How he's able to take all these guys out just swiftly. I think I like the precursor to John Wick. Are you blind? Exactly. What am I supposed to do? Give you the wall with my dick? Tom Cruise ain't gonna like that. Maybe that's why you shouldn't leave your briefcase. Yeah, this is sort of the quick draw thing. Here's the quickness of it. Boom, 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 boom. Again, just no tear, no... Just cold-blooded, boom, boom. Dead and buried. And you tell like the Tom Cruise character doesn't really have the normal span of emotions that a human being would have. It's almost like a guy who's not quite sure on the human condition, how a normal human reacts. It's probably a guy that doesn't have a lot of friends, probably a guy that doesn't have a lot of acquaintances, lives alone, maybe has sex, but if he does, probably doesn't have much emotion or passion behind it. Thinks he's a big scholar that because he reads a bunch of books and a lot of articles in the newspapers, but reading it doesn't mean you understand it fully. At least to the extent that should be understood. Basically the white man can't jump. Oh, you can hear Jimmy, but you don't understand him. We got Peter Bird. Peter Bird here, actor. He was in Wes Craven's Shocker. And he was in Copland in 1997. But yeah, Peter Bird here would go on to be a director and would direct Jamie Foxx in a film called The Kingdom. Which I liked. The Kingdom is actually an underrated flick. Kingdom is a film no one really talks about, but it's a pretty good flick. But yeah, Peter Bird will also direct The Rundown with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Sean William Scott. He would direct Battleship. He directed a few films with Mark Wahlberg, including, I think, Lone Survivor. I believe he did Lone Survivor. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought that was a fucking Pop-Tart with the plastic. What, you don't eat some Pop-Tarts now? No, it's a little evidence bag full of stuff. We did a little bit of backstory that apparently this has been done in another place with another tattoo tab. This is sort of this is sort of the MO of this character, is that he'll go to a city where he's told to go, get a cab driver, take him from A to B to C, then kill the cab driver in a suicide, which is what he's going to try to do here. So maybe at this point it's like I was saying before, like maybe this is a guy that doesn't really have friends, doesn't really have, how do I put it? This is a guy that pretends how to feel, but doesn't know how to truly feel. He pretends to. I don't know how else to. There's a lot of smarter people that could dissect this film better than me, so why am I even trying? I just think it's a good-looking film. It's an interesting story. Got two really solid performances, and pretty damn good screenplay as well. I think when this film came out, it did pretty decent at the box office too. As now they're in this jazz scene. But then with later on, the way Tom Cruise acts to Jamie Foxx, it's like there's not many people that will again stand up to Tom Cruise's character or have this moral higher aptitude to overhang over Tom Cruise's psyche to the point of pretty much calling on your bullshit that, you know, what makes us human, you just don't have it. You're broken. You're fucked up. And it's like he doesn't want to admit that. He doesn't want to confront that, Tom Cruise's character. I recognize this guy who's the jazz, but can I remember his name? Part of me thinks I want to get my phone to look. I might as well. Got it right here. Maybe look up some trivia, so I'm not just being more and more silent as it goes on. Because this is you get the ploy that he's going to ask these questions, go, hey, if you answer correctly, and Jamie Foxx like, you're never going to let him live anyway. So it's like, what the fuck is your problem, man? So I'm just looking up this Collateral. Because having established the room showcase that they're alone in this to see how he could get away with killing this guy without anyone noticing. I didn't like you watch Jamie Foxx in this early stage is just very. I don't want to use the word submissive, but in a way, that's what it is. It's just his head's down. He's more quiet. As like the Superman thing, when his glasses are gone, he's much more tougher and much more confrontational. Well, I mean, like there's a point where he takes the glasses off and he's trying to pretend to be someone, and then even more so when you get to the finale. Well, it'd be nice if the internet on this phone worked. Oh, fuck's sake. Fucking ads. Fuck the ads. Fuck the ads. Ooh, right in the head. Until you are dead. Again, is that part of the thing with Tom Cruise's character? Like, why did he go on this whole diatribe about quizzing this guy about Miles Davis if he was going to kill him anyway? Like, what was the point? Is he trying to look for someone who's lying, someone who's full of shit, someone who's immoral, someone who's like testing them? Now you see, when Jamie Foxx asks him that question, he doesn't answer. He even goes, "If he got the answer, would you let him go?" But again, it's one of those things where, again, it's not that Tom Cruise has a code, but it's like he has this plan that he wants to stick with. He doesn't want too much diversion of this plan. He's God, please. I like a guy who's. Again, I'm trying to put into words, doing a piss poor job of it. Sorry, Manuel. Been a while since I've seen this film too. I mean, I really enjoyed the film, but it's probably been a few years since I've seen this. So as there's going to see Tom Cruise's, I mean, Jamie Foxx's mom. I'm trying to find the. I think it's Barry Henley is who that was, who got killed earlier. What have I seen him in? If that's him. Maybe that was him, I don't know. Lord of Illusions? Rush Hour. Oh, okay, Rush Hour. That's where I saw him, and I saw him in Rush Hour. Okay. Was he the guy that got Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan to see Chris Penn? I got you spoke to that weed. I was splitting it with you. I think that was him. What's wrong with flowers? Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking up the trivia. Actually, this leads to the right thing because he has some quotes later on, and this dialogue really does some nice telling about the themes of the film. Like when Tom Cruise like, look in the mirror. You want to have a limo company someday? How much you got saved up? They ain't none of your business. Oh yeah? Someday? Someday my dream will come? One night you're gonna wake up and stuff never happened. So I'll turn around on you. Never will. Suddenly you're old. Didn't happen. Never will because you were never going to do it anyway. You'll push into memory and then zone out in your Barco lounge or being hypnotized by daytime TV for the rest of your life. Don't you talk to me about murder. All I ever took was a down payment on a Lincoln Town car. That girl, you can't even call that girl. The fuck is you still doing driving a cab? There's no good reason, there's no bad reason to live or die. And then Tom Cruise like, well, what are you? I'm indifferent. I will say this is a bit of a weird decision because Jamie Foxx is essentially leaving a killer in his mom's room that's on her fucking hospital bed. It's like, well, what if he went and shot the mom and then went after you? Again, very weird decision by Jamie Foxx's part. It's like, again, you do this by leaving this stone cold killer who you've seen will kill at the drop of a hat left in your bedridden mama's hospital bed. I'm gonna leave you with my mom. Well, what about your mom? What if he shoots your mom? Well, but yeah, I like the music, and especially really does showcase the city becomes another character onto itself. I think it's a guy who actually stands up to him, and I think Tom Cruise, he doesn't want to admit it, but it's like he has some kind of respect or just curiosity. Maybe it's not respect, it's just curiosity of who the hell is this guy. So I'm looking through quotes, like which ones really hit home for the film. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking real quick. Pretty much Mark Ruffalo's on the case, noticing there's a bit more to this stuff going on. The way the execution style killings. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one I was looking for. Because this has come much, much later, but this is when Jamie Foxx really has a big break into Tom Cruise's psyche. What's with you, man? And Tom Cruise is like, as in, like, what do you mean? As in, if somebody had a gun to your head and you said, you gotta tell me what's going on with this person over here or I'm going to kill you. What is driving him? What is he thinking? You know, you couldn't do it, could you? Because they would have to kill your ass because you don't know what anyone else is thinking. I think you're low, my brother. Way low. Again, pretty much showcasing that this guy, he knows what he reads in books, he knows what he reads in articles, but he has no empathy. He has no empathy. He is totally uh, sociopathic. And I think that's maybe the definition of a sociopath. I could be wrong on that, but just not be able to understand the idea of empathy with another person. So it becomes this big facade that this is what I'm supposed to feel, right? This is what I'm supposed to think, right? This is what I'm supposed to act and how I'm supposed to act, right? It's like a guy who's lying to himself his whole life, and here's the one guy that, again, calls him on his bullshit. Almost to tell, listen, you're not a real person. You may think you're a real person, you may have this false narrative of yourself, but you don't know who you truly are, you don't know what you truly are. You just huge bit he pretend. And Tom Cruise calls bullshit on Jamie Foxx as well. Like, you keep saying limo, limo, limo company, but you're never going to do it. And that's kind of the difference, though, between the two. When Jamie Foxx is called on the bullshit, he realizes the truth in a way that makes him stronger, more assertive. And it does quite the opposite with Tom Cruise's character. When he's called on the bullshit and his failings as being a human being, it shows like a sense of weakness and vulnerability, and perhaps one of the things that leads to his downfall, that he's not this machine, he's not this I don't know, idea. I'm going a bit too in depth with this, but I do think the movie is having you capable of thinking in those terms, as well as just being entertaining because of this really good chemistry between these two guys. So pretty much this whole scene is because Jamie Foxx threw all that shit away. Tom Cruise is like, well, I need more of the shit. I mean, the info. You don't go in there pretend to be me because I'm anonymous. No one's supposed to know what I look like. So you go in there, and if you fuck up, they don't want to kill you. That's Bruce McGill, that guy there, standing up. Bruce McGill, he was in The Insider, another Michael Mann film. He was also Jean-Claude Van Damme's boss in Time Cop. I believe he was also in The Last Boy Scout. I think he's a guy who was cheating on Bruce Willis' wife in The Last Boy Scout. Yeah. How many fingers would I cut off the fucker? You know, that type, that guy in The Last Boy Scout. Underrated film, by the way. Last Boy Scout. Last Boy Scout's pretty badass. And I don't know why I shut off the phone, because this way I could look up actors and stuff. Again, to Manuel, I apologize for the silence moments. Like, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear just a bunch of fucking silence. But I guess, you know, like, if it's a movie that's bad, I would make jokes, make fun of it. That's the thing, I'm not Mystery Science Theater 3000. If I like a film, I'm not going to make fun of it much. Now, if it's bad, then I don't give a fuck, and sure, but if it's a film I like, then... It's not quiet. You just had this guy, you don't know who the hell it is, go into the club. You guys were just asking, like, who the hell this was. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry, just... So he's pretty much entering this club here, and I think we're going to have An appearance by Javier Bardem, I believe. Could be wrong on that, but I believe that's the case. Yeah, that is Javier Bardem. Because Javier Bardem, he would be in No Country for Old Men. I would say his most famous role as the bad guy. So I have to respond because someone's being an idiot. I hate typing on these fucking phones because that's why I don't fucking text. I don't fucking text because anytime I press something, it presses the fucking letter next to it. And it's like, that's not the fucking thing I want. I want the fucking letter that I wanted to press, but the fucking letters are too goddamn small to press the shit. At least with an actual little thing that you can feel and press, but no. God damn. People have to act a fucking fool for no goddamn reason, for some reason. Fuck this shit about Humpty Dumpty. What are you talking about? Okay, pretty much what happens in a review, someone was talking crap to someone else, and I'm pretty much going, knock it off, nothing bad was said, because I read the comments. You are creating drama, stop or leave. Pretty damn diplomatic myself. And that's where you have Jamie Foxx, has that moment where he has to act tough and boom, the glasses come off. It's a Superman moment. And now you pretty much have Jamie Foxx pretending to be Tom Cruise, pretty much trying to match the mannerisms and the behavior of Tom Cruise's character based on his years of In Living Color. Even using lines that Tom Cruise had used before then. It shows I need to be serious, need to be assertive, and need to be seemingly dangerous. So these guys buy into it. I apologize. I'm not saying much in the commentary, Manuel. I don't know what else to say for, for 2 hours straight. The movie kind of, like I said, it speaks for itself, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm just doing my best here, though. Offer you a discount, so fuck over the money. Even if Tom Cruise did succeed, hey, where's my fucking money? You wanted a discount, that motherfucker. Sorry, I apologize. I'm just watching the film. There's been more silence than commentary. I apologize for that. But I just don't know what else to talk about. I've been talking about the themes, and that'll be more apparent later on. I mean, Tom Cruise. I'm a Tom Cruise fan. I've liked a lot of his films growing up, whether it be Top Gun, whether it be Born on the Fourth of July, whether it be Mission Impossible. I was 96. Probably like 13 years old when that came out. And he still makes some good films today. I mean, I enjoyed Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow, I would say, is one of his best films. Oblivion, I didn't mind. I liked it. I liked some of the later Mission Impossible films. Like Fallout, I thought was really cool. Fallout was badass. And Rogue Nation was fun as well. Now, I don't love every Tom Cruise film. The Mummy was terrible. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, I think, is overrated. Cocktail isn't much to run home about. Cocktail. I don't think I hate Cocktail. Just not much to run home about, but this is definitely one of his best as well. Great performance. I did Mark Ruffalo, Peter Bird, they do a good job. They're acting, no problems with them. I just think in retrospect, you honestly did not need any of this cop stuff. Because, like I said, other than having that false sense of hope, there's really nothing. Like, you could make an edit of this film and edit all those scenes out. And other than the confusion of when Mark Ruffalo does get to Jamie Foxx, who are you? There's not a whole lot you would miss. Well, you said the marketing definitely makes the city another character. I think that's one of the striking things about the film, especially seeing on the big screen. To see on the big screen, it was just cool to see how this film was shot. It just looked more unique compared to other films at the time. And that's the thing, is there's not uniqueness. But then when every film starts looking that way, it just becomes redundant and same old, same old. That's the thing, okay, you want to shoot it differently, that's fine. If every film looks like it, then you become less unique, less special. Take something away from that. It's a big fucking gun, Jesus. Laser pistol. Your buddy has like this big fuck off machine gun, you just got this one pistol. It is weird Tom Cruise saying that if we make you out alive, you should call her. And I'm like, well, your MO is to murder the cab driver, so it is almost this conflicting theme with Tom Cruise's character. And, yes, the coyotes, the wolves. Yeah, this was always a scene that really just seemed unique. This almost like weird slice of life. Doesn't pertain to the plot, but just seeing these animals cross the road and just this uniqueness. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning for that people could pontificate over it. I just think it's just looked cool. And gives, it is sort of like something that both gives both these men a pause. Like the craziest happened in this nine, a moment to give both men pause. Plus, I don't mind the song either. I don't mind the song. Shadow of the Sun, that's what it's called. Also, you notice the placement of Tom Cruise. This is a time where now he's actually behind Jamie Foxx. I don't know if that was sort of a point of showcasing, like, literally they're getting closer as the night goes on and on. At the beginning, far away. Another good song, Ready, Steady, Go, I believe. I think I had this on CD as well, the soundtrack. I'm like, wow, there's some good songs in this. Wow, I like this song, The Shadow of the Sun, Hands of Time. Oh, this is where you don't get some firefight happening. I think Mark Ruffalo tries to Jamie Foxx out, but it doesn't work out for him. And that's where it gets to the tipping point for Jamie Foxx. The next time they're in the car, I think that's going to be the... Because we have 40 minutes left, at least 5 minutes, well, I would say closer to 10 minutes of credits. This scene would be about another 5 minutes, so that's 25. And then the finale, that's about like 15 minutes or so. And then the final car scene, which leads to the crash, so... It's just coming back to me. It's been a few years since I've seen this. Another club scene, by the way, that you would see in, the John Wick films. And kind of the evil version of John Wick. I didn't mention this before, like the different look of Tom Cruise. Just the silver hair. I mean, yeah, I know Tom Cruise is crazy because the whole Scientology shit, which I don't buy into Scientology. I think it's fucking weird. I mean, if you're a Scientologist, fine. For me, I just think it's fucking weird. It's not for me. And, Tom Cruise getting on Oprah's sofa, or... It's like people trying to force people into Scientology. I don't know. Like, are there any normal people in Hollywood other than Kurt Russell? For fuck's sake. But he's a good actor. Always thought he was a good actor. Brave to do the stunt work, especially these later films, the stunts that he's doing with each Mission Impossible movie. Now, what, in the new Mission Impossible, we're going to be in fucking space? It's like, nah, we don't need to be in space, man. Maybe it's not Mission, I don't know. He'll do something. But again, showcasing the swift, deadly nature of Vincent. We just saw him take someone out by their knees. Now he's using someone as a shield. Bruce McGill and his team want to get this guy out. Possible witness. They think Jamie Foxx is the killer, so they are... they're going after the wrong person. Which works out for Tom Cruise's. Then sucked into the film again. I'm just noticing the bit of chaos happening during this club. Bruce McGill's been shot. Yeah. There's your target. Vince is going to kill him just in a minute. Take care of business. I did the sort of weird thing that, Tom Cruise saved his life. And even admits that later on. Now, maybe it's just because he's meticulous in his plans. He doesn't want to deviate from them. Or deviate them as less as possible. And that's sort of his almost, I don't say robotic nature, but... I did. Maybe it's him kind of starting to grow the light. Jamie Foxx's character. But He's not going to have the ability to make you friend because he doesn't know how to, the whole empathizing thing. I'm saying I missed all the action. I mean, it's not John Wick action. It's not. But, I mean, Tom Cruise makes it work with his swift movements, handling of the gun, the angles that Michael Mann's using, the quick reload. No overusage of CGI, which is nice. Headshot for good nature again. Nice effect. They don't do that anymore. Since everything's fucking computer. And Mark Ruffalo ain't gonna make it in this movie. Yeah, he ain't gonna make it. I did, and that's the point. That is a big surprise, I'm sure, for the audience. Like, oh shit! Not only that he gets killed, but he gets killed so swiftly and easily without any fight to it. Plus, I think to really showcase the final turning point of Jamie Foxx's character, like his one hope of salvation is taken away. So, I mean, in retrospect, the Mark Ruffalo scenes are fine to have in the movie. They're not too long. Good actor. Also, I see Peter Berg in there. You know, the further showcases in the final straw that's broken within Jamie Foxx's mind to finally assert himself fully against this guy. It works for what it needs to be. Now you see he's a bit more pissed. Jamie Foxx, not steered, not shaken, just pissed. Jordan Newton Jr., I think, would have been interesting. I think Adam Sandler would have worked well, but I mean, Jamie Foxx, I would easily say this is one of his best roles. Seeing Jamie Foxx asked the question, why didn't you tell me to get another cab driver? Sorry, I'm just listening to the dialogue. See, now it's like Jamie Foxx not buying into Tom Cruise bullshit. His pontificating. And then Jamie Foxx says up here, what? That's the line. The standard parts that are supposed to be in other people are just not in you. So I'm just getting pulled into the movie. I've said that like multiple times. So the two finally like picking holes at each other's entire life. Like Jamie Foxx in your fantasy of the island and the limo company's not going to happen because you're stalling. While Tom Cruise, you're just not normal. It's just, you're broken. It's like a guy who doesn't want to admit that he's broken. And you have a guy fucking telling him that he is. Probably never had that happen before. Do with it. Like Tom Cruise is sitting there, not going to change. But Jamie Foxx is going to change. He takes the initiative, and that is a driving point to his success by the end of the film. Like Tom Cruise is not going to change. Jamie Foxx is going to change, and this is the turning point. He's going to be assertive. He's going to take the risk. He's going to take the chance, make it or break it. And you've seen like Tom Cruise could shoot him anytime. Now maybe part of me's like I don't want to shoot him because I this will really crash it. I could really get fucked up, but very nicely done. Nice car crash, car flip. Fucking street's empty as hell though. I mean, I've never lived in that city, so I don't know. Maybe it is that empty at that late of night. Like, there ain't shit of people around. Empty as hell. Of course, Vincent Lefty's got to do his last hit because that's part of his whole never failing a job, all this blah 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 blah. This is a helpful cop. See, this is a cop not being an asshole, which is nice. Of course, nowadays, oh my god, it's a white cop, so we better put some stuff into this where he's. What did you do, sir? Did you drive this on purpose? Did you steal something? Now, granted, now he says a dead body here. That makes it more sense. But see, nowadays he'd be doing this with no dead body in the car. Just, you're black? I gotta put a gun on you. Because that's fucking, today's political. Jada Pinkett Smith is the last hit. The last one to be killed. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? How the hell is he going to call cops? He's handcuffed. What he's going to do? Eat through his hand? I was like, call the cops. Like, yeah, how the fuck is he going to call cops with his feet? You don't get, you know, ambidextrous. Yeah, the cop's going to reach, get the phone from his pants, dial with his toes, and take it to his phone. Take the phone to his fucking ear with his feet. Maybe he'll call Jesus. While Jamie Foxx gets the phone. Now, see, in real life, there'd be no dial tone. Be a, yeah, you just got trying to what? He's trying to, some guy's trying to fuck me? No, he's trying to tee my car. No, was JC Voorhees? T mama. No, goddammit. But yeah, Michael Mann, the last couple of films that guy has done, I don't know what the fuck is the deal. But you say it for almost any director nowadays. Like Black Hat was a film with Chris Hemsworth deal with hackers. I thought, okay, with the trailer and the way it's directed, it seems like a good looking film. Black Hat could be interesting, but it's just meandering and boring. That's what it seems like with Miami Vice movie, with Black Hat. It just feels like there's no guidance. Here, there's a guidance. These two guys, there's these 5 hits going to A to B to C, and these two butting heads. There you go. That's guidance. And here we are at the 5th one. Jamie Foxx to save her while this guy's going to kill her. Again, guidance. Same with Heat. There's Al Pacino, there's Robert De Niro. Cop, crook. They're each doing their jobs. This will come to a head by the end. Yeah, it's Max. My name's Mad Max. Okay, I need some fuel. And there's going to be a nuclear war. And I'm going to be going beyond Thunderdome. He was in my fucking cab, lady. Okay, he's not talking about Jehovah's Witness. He's talking about a killer. She's on another floor. Nice makeup there. Nice splotches of blood on Tom's face. You already see the guy tell her there's someone in your office. Of course he picked the phone with the low battery. Of course he did. Well, he knows where she's at now. So technically, if Jamie Foxx ever called her, maybe she, he wouldn't be able to find her. Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? No, she ain't okay, Jamie. Her ass is gonna be grass, and Tom's gonna be the lawnmower. Why wouldn't you running towards that while you're on the phone with her? And this came out 2004. What else came out in 2004? Now I'm curious. What came out in 2004? He's having an orgasm party and I don't want any part of it, so you need to come here and arrest him. There's a horse, a cow, a pig, and 2 midgets. So you need to fuck out of there. Because I want no part of this orgy fest. Orgasmo of capabilities of horse shit. Two 2004 films. Yeah, I could mention like what films I've seen in theaters and non-theaters. See, that's a nice detail. He doesn't know how to use a gun, so tries to shoot it on safety first. Yeah, not a bad idea on that. Let's see. The butterfly effect I saw in the theater, that's a good one. Ashton Kutcher. Adam Sandler at 51st Dates. Spanglish. Secret Window, that's a fucking lame movie. Predictable ending. I think The Chronicles of Riddick came out this year. Hellboy, that's a good one, Hellboy. Walking Tall is okay. Shaun of the Dead, that's a good one. Did not see it in the theater though, but I did see The Punisher in the theater with Thomas Jane. Love The Punisher with Thomas Jane. I did see that in the theater. That was fun to see on the big screen. Satisfying movie. Let's see. Fuck is. The Day After Tomorrow. It's alright. Chronicles of Riddick. You know, alright. Not as good as Pitch Black. I think I saw that in the theater too. Spider-Man 2. Forgot about Spider-Man 2. Again, very nice usage of the background cityscape with all the cars going around. It's just a nice background visual, so it's not just a stale image in the back. It's not used in every shot, but in some shots it is. It's nice to see. Should not call his bluff, you stupid motherfucker. Okay, Ray came out the same year. Huh, it came out the same year as this. Interesting. At least that's what it says on here. So this is a pretty good year for Jamie Foxx. I mean, apparently him falling on that chair was a mistake and they kept it in. And it works for what the film... It works for the film. So I'm looking up the Oscars in this. Let's see. Dude, what were the nominees though? Yeah, this was probably Jamie Foxx's best year because he won Best Actor Oscar for Ray, and he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor Oscar for this film. Which is sad because Collateral didn't really get much of anything else nomination-wise. Which is a fucking shame. Yeah, not much of anything else, which is too bad. It was nominated for Best Film Editing. Yeah, that's the two nominations. Best Film Editing, Best Supporting Actor for Jamie Foxx. So Tom Cruise didn't get anything. Neither did Michael Mann, which is ridiculous. Who's the best directors? Hell was that? Clint Eastwood, Million Dollar Baby, that won. Martin Scorsese, The Aviator. Taylor Hatford, Ray. Alexander Payne, Sideways. Mike Leigh, Vera Drake. Oh, Vera Drake, the film no one fucking remembers. I guarantee you most people watch this don't know what the fuck Vera Drake is. Sideways. I thought that movie was rather lame, honestly. Aviator. I did a Scorsese film no one fucking remembers. Probably not just because it's Boris Scorsese. So what? I prefer Wolf of Wall Street or Bringing Out the Dead than Aviator. Think this is better than The Aviator? I think it's better than fucking... I would guarantee it's better than fucking Vera Drake. Vera Drake? What the fuck is Vera Drake? Probably some British bitch. I don't know. Fuck Vera Drake. That's why fuck the Oscars anyway. Oscars ain't worth shit. Ain't worth a pot to piss in. Ain't worth pissing in the wind. Or farting into a yogurt cup. Ain't worth shit. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, they know he's going to shoot him on sight, so it's like cat and mouse game. Going this interest, this is sort of some critics complain about the finale of this. I don't really get what's the complaint about. I think it works well. Yeah, this cat and mouse chase. And finally, Jamie Foxx, like, always hiding in his shell and not going to do it anymore. So blind faith wins over expertise. Because Jamie Foxx's character did that eyes closed. So, almost like in a way, Jamie Foxx is rewarded for his conviction to change and be someone better, while Tom Cruise accepting his same type of role just fails at his piece of business. Yeah, I don't really have any problems with the ending. I don't know why people had problems. I just not really. They didn't say the ending, but like critics like the finale. I guess the resolution. I'm like, well, what did the people want? And it's the Superman thing. See, Jamie Foxx takes off the glasses, and now he's a changed man. That's what I was trying to say before and fucked up with the whole glasses thing. See, now he's got no glasses when he comes out. Oh nope, I'm wrong. See, it shows how shows I've watched this film every day, right? Getting shit wrong. He's got his glasses right there. What am I talking about? This would make sense. I mean, if he's going to take his glasses, actually, I think that would have worked better. Like his. Wait, did he have his glasses on that shot? I think I'll come back to it. I think. He's got his glasses off now, right? Or does he still have them on? Yeah, his glasses are off. So wait a minute, when he left the subway train, his glasses were on, and now his glasses are off. So okay, that's why I was confused. I remember the last shot, he had his glasses off. So yeah, when he leaves the subway train, his glasses are on. And I know I'm breaking it, but let me go back. Sorry, I know. To when he's leaving. Yeah, right there. Okay, I don't know what copy you guys are watching, but the one I'm watching is around an hour and 52 minutes. As he's leaving with Jada Pinkett Smith, he's got his glasses on. This is before they leave the actual subway, the car. Yeah, okay, because he took his glasses off, then cut to like the subway. Then he gets up, and he's got his glasses on. And he picks up, like, hey, Jada Pinkett, take my hand. We leave the subway, right? They leave the subway. Now there's no glasses in that wide shot, like that, as they're walking away from the subway. And there's no glasses there. Yeah, there's no glasses there. So, it's a continuity error. It's like he took his glasses off, put the glasses on for him to get out, and then took his glasses off again without us seeing it. Just seems like a bit weird continuity thing. Sorry. I know, that's my final thoughts on Collateral, huh? I'm talking about continuity. Fuck, I was watching the film, I didn't realize it was this damn dark. Because I was too busy watching the film and did not realize it was this damn dark. So, sorry about that. You listen to a shadow. But yeah, Collateral is a very solid film. Two great performances by Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise really encapsulates that cold, calculating sociopath who doesn't know how to empathize with people. Jamie Foxx is this guy, like you say, he's a taxi cab driver in his shell. He's able to, by the end of it, be assertive and pretty much, get the lead out of his ass and finally want to do something. I like the way it's shot. I think it works for this film. The city becomes a character in itself. The way Michael Mann has the shots, the way he staged certain shots, angle-wise. The music, even that end bit where, as the movie is wrapping up, that music works well. The Hands of Time is like good song choices, which Michael Mann usually does, whether it be in Heat, whether it be in Thief, whether it be in even, the Teep. The score to the Teep's pretty good. Manhunter, another good one. Miami Vice, the TV show, when he was producing that. At least, especially the first two seasons. But, yeah, Collateral, like I said, I saw this in the theater. I was pleasantly surprised. I was blown away because I saw it blind. And still enjoy it to this day. I still think it's one of Michael Mann's best films. Very intriguing but simple idea. Actors pulled it off. Underrated script. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll take this over $1 Million Baby. I'll take over The Aviator. I'll take over fucking all those nominated films. Honestly, this should have been one of the Best Picture nominee films. The fact it wasn't, just like Heat wasn't when that came out, total bullshit. I guarantee you, if I talk to people, they don't want to talk about Collateral a lot more than fucking The Aviator. Or maybe even $1 Million Baby, honestly. Definitely more than Vera Drake. People are like, what the fuck is Vera Drake? Well, it was the Best Picture nominee. Why? Because the Oscar said so, but not Collateral. Fuck do I know? But again, Oscars are full of shit. 7.5 or so on IMDb, so a lot of people also seem to like the film. But yeah, with that said, sorry Manuel if this commentary isn't much, but hope you guys enjoy, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.